Hi, random stranger. If you stumbled onto this video while studying Mandarin Chinese, but you don't know what Danmei is, or you're offended by same-sex relationships, or it's illegal for you to access LGBT content for any reason, this is not the right video for you. Please press the back button. Thanks and good luck with your studies. If you are still here and you do know what Danmei is, welcome! One viewer who visited my Buy Me a Coffee page requested a video about Chinese character radicals, so if that person is watching, this video is for you. Understanding how Hanzi, or Chinese characters, are composed will not only impress your Ghost King husband, but also build your Mandarin vocabulary faster, help you make smart guesses about a character's meaning or pronunciation, and might enable you to read other people's handwriting. For the BL fans out there who already know Nihongo or Japanese, what I'll cover in this video is almost the same as the concepts you'll need for using a kanji dictionary. So if you already have that skill, you're excused from today's class. Feel free to watch my other videos. For the rest of the class, note that I'll use the word Hanzi to mean Chinese characters throughout this video. You may have heard somewhere that Hanzi are basically drawings or pictographs of the thing or concept that the character represents. Historically, there's some truth to this, and there's a great TED-Ed video about the topic, which I've linked in the description. Most Mandarin language references will group Hanzi into several categories: pictographs, ideograms, compound ideograms, mutually explanatory characters, loan characters, and pictophonetic characters, or xingshang. A large number of standard Hanzi fall into the xingshang category. For such characters, the component which hints at the meaning is what is linguistically referred to as a radical. Just a side note, there are exceptions to this rule. Sometimes a radical will hint at the sound of the character instead of its meaning. For example, "tai," which means vegetables, and "hua," which means flower, both have the radical "cao," which means grass, and true enough, "tai" and "hua" are both words related to plants. But for the character "tao," which means to arrive, its radical is "tao," which means knife or blade. In this case, the radical hints at the sound of the character. Radicals are important for Mandarin learners because one way to search a Hanzi dictionary is by radicals, and the radicals are ordered by the number of strokes it takes to write them. So I hate to say this, but my opinion is that you need to have some basic Hanzi writing skills because it feeds your reading skills because it lets you look up words you don't know. I don't think you can skip learning how to write, even if everything's digital now and you can use a pinyin keyboard. I promise you, learning how to write basic Hanzi isn't complicated. There's one video I highly recommend. It's very soothing to watch, so please check the link in the description. Say you encounter a Hanzi and you want to check its meaning. How would you pick which one of its components is the radical so you can check the dictionary? I often start by picking the component that's written first. There are common patterns for arranging Hanzi components, like top to bottom, left to right, and enclosing then interior. For example, if we want to look up this character, we can already guess that its components are arranged from top to bottom. The top is what is known as the roof radical, which is written with 3 strokes, and the bottom component has 7 strokes. Then we can go to our dictionary, and since the roof radical has 3 strokes, we look for that first. There are 7 strokes remaining in the character we are looking for, so we go here, and then we have our answer. The character is jia, meaning home or family. If all that sounds like a lot of work, I agree. This is where knowing how to write Hanzi is an advantage because most Hanzi dictionaries or apps also allow you to write characters and it will try to identify them for you. Now that we've covered the theory, let's study TGCF's Lantern Riddles short film. Make sure you have a Hanzi dictionary or app open if you want to follow along with the video. The film speedruns the first two riddles, so I'll try to explain them as well as I can. The first riddle is 找到白头. For those of you who have Volume 8 of TGCF in English, the explanation is already there, but for those who don't, I'll give my own explanation. The first character, 找, means seek or find, and it has the radical for hand, which makes sense because if you're looking for something, your hands will probably get involved. The second character, dao, means arrive or reach, but additionally it gives a sense of completion or finality. For example, take the word kan dao. Kan as a verb means to look at something, but kan dao means you are able to see what you are looking at. The last two characters in the riddle are bai, which means white, and to, which means head, top, or first, and these are both important clues for the riddle. Side note here, I really like how the film uses the traditional variant of the character to. I feel like it's very on point for this scene. Anyway, Xie Lian says that the answer is 我, which means I, me, or myself. But why? First, if we look at how bai is written, it starts with a dot at its top, or its to. If we look at the character 我, it looks like the character 早, but with an extra dot near the top, as if 早 is reaching 到 for that extra dot. The second riddle isn't shown on screen, but based on the subtitles, it is 飞如边在上. Fei is its own radical, and it means to fly. Let's look at the remaining characters in pairs, because I already see two characters that mark location or position. Bian, which means beside, and Xiang, which means on or above. First, let's take Zhu Bian. The way I think about this is, since Zhu itself means chase or expel, the riddle is asking us to chase away this side of Zhu, which is the walking man radical. Then we are left with the component shi. Next, let's look at zai xiang. This one is a little easier since the idea is to look at what is on or above the character zai, which is the roof radical which we have seen before. Fei implies that one of these components should fly above the other, but which one? Again, this is where familiarity with radicals helps. Since the roof radical is always placed at the top of a character, we put it above shi to form jia, which means home or family. The third riddle is where Taiji Diansha truly impresses us with his mental gymnastics. The riddle is 含羞低头表清新. He quickly deduces that 含羞 refers to 含羞草, which is the mimosa plant. This plant folds in on itself when something touches it, and 草 contains the radical for grass, so Xie Lian knows that this is part of the answer. The next part of this riddle is di to. We already saw before that to means head, top, or first, so the riddle is telling us to take the first component of di and add that to our answer. Lastly, we have 表清新. Since 表 means to show and 心 means heart, the riddle is asking us to take the component that is at the heart or the center of the character 清. And now we have our final answer, 花, which means flower. For the fourth riddle, Xie Lian says that even without looking, he can already guess what the answer is. But the riddle is shown briefly on screen. It's a bit small, so I'm only 95% sure, but I think it says 跟个异动难逢时. Since Xie Lian says that the answer is 花长的长, the chang in 花长, that gives me some confidence that I read the riddle correctly. If we put together the answers from all four riddles, we get 我家花长, meaning my family's or my household's 花长. Those of you who are also Thousand Autumns fans might remember that Yamushi uses a similar term to refer to Xian Chao, Wajia Chao.
竟换不来我家阿乔一个笑容。
I hope this introduction to Hanzi helps you enjoy Danmei content more. I'm sorry if this video is longer than usual because I kept getting sidetracked. I think the beauty of Hanzi is that they are able to carry so much meaning in such a small space. By the way, if you're interested in learning more lookalike Hanzi like Zhao and Wo, please check out the free content on my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link is in the description. You never know, it might come in handy when your Ghost King husband asks you out on a date. And that's it for lesson 6. Bye for now.